If you booked a driving test recently or you're about to, you need to watch this video, because in the last 3 months the DVSA has changed the rules around booking your driving test 3 times. And if you don't know about these changes, you could find yourself losing your test slot, being forced to the back of the queue that's currently around 20 weeks or more in most parts of the country. Or worse, you could even have your test cancelled because of a booking service you trusted. So in this video, I'm going to walk you through exactly what's changed, when each change came in, and what you need to do about it. My name's Pim Binning. I've been a driving instructor for over 16 years, and when I first started out as an instructor, booking your test was simple. No issues, no long waiting times. But over the years, things got out of hand, so you could say that the DVSA were forced to make these changes. Now, before I get into the 3 test changes themselves, it's worth understanding why this has all happened, because it doesn't just come out of nowhere. Right now, there are over 600,000 learner drivers waiting for a practical driving test in the UK, and the average wait time is somewhere between 14 and 22 weeks depending on where you are. And in London and in some other places, it's well over 25 weeks. And as an instructor, I know how important it is getting a driving license for many of you, gaining that independence, but you're having to wait a minimum of 7 months for something that should take no longer than 2 months, in my opinion. Now, part of the reason the queue got this bad is that bots and unofficial third-party booking services were hoovering up the test slots the moment they were released, and then selling them on for a profit. So genuine learners were going on at 6 o'clock on a Monday morning trying to book a slot and finding nothing because a bot had already taken everything. The DVSA and the government decided enough was enough, and the 3 rule changes we're about to go through are all part of the same crackdown, tightening up who can book, how many times you can change, and where you can move your test to. So this isn't the DVSA making life difficult for learners. The intention is actually to protect genuine learners, people like you, and make the system fairer. Whether it works is another question, but that's the whole reason behind it. So let's get into the changes. Change number 1, and this one came in on the 31st of March 2026. Previously, if you needed to move your driving test, change the date, change the time, whatever the reason, you could do that up to 6 times before your test. 6 changes. Most people never even got close to that limit. So, but now that change has gone, you now only get 2 changes, that's all. Now, to understand why, you need to know how the scammers were operating. Yeah, I'm going to call them scammers because that's what they are. And what was happening is that they were booking driving tests in bulk anywhere in the country, didn't matter where, with no intention of ever taking them. Then when someone needed a test in a certain area, they swapped the slot to the right location and sell it on. And because they had 6 changes to play with, they could keep shuffling slots around, move them to where the buyer actually needed them. So for them, it was a money-making model built entirely on exploiting the booking system and learner drivers. Cutting it to 2 changes kind of kills that. Now, in terms of what counts as a change for a genuine learner, so changing the date and the time counts, and changing the test center counts, and even swapping your slot with another learner counts as one of your 2. So my advice, once you book your test, treat that date seriously. Only move it if you genuinely need to. So if you're not ready, if something's come up, and if there's a real reason. So save those 2 changes for when you actually need them. And change number 2, and this one is probably the biggest shift in how the whole system works. So from the 12th of May 2026, only the learner driver themselves can book, change or cancel their driving test. Not the instructor, not a third-party service, only you, the learner driver. Now, for a long time, it was common practice for driving instructors to manage test bookings on behalf of their students. I've done it myself over the years, and many instructors preferred to book and manage their pupils' tests, as this meant they had more control over the whole process. It was a good system for us instructors, and the good instructors used it properly. But, and this is the bit that ruined it for everyone, some instructors were abusing that access, using it not to genuinely manage their students' bookings, but to hoard slots, move them around, and essentially operate the same kind of reselling racket as third-party services. So the DVSA's response was to remove instructor access entirely, and I totally understand why. So those third-party cancellation finder apps and websites are now illegal to use. Full stop. The DVSA has the power to cancel any test booking found to have been made through one of those services, and you won't get your money back. Yeah, so if you're currently paying for one of those services, stop. It's not worth the risk. Now, a couple of things worth knowing about how the new system actually works. So when you go to book your test on the gov.uk website, you'll be asked to do a self-declaration, basically confirming that you are the person taking the test. And there are no additional identity checks beyond that at this stage. So it's basically a legal declaration, and making a false one carries consequences. One thing that I want to be clear on though, that your parents or your instructor can help you through the booking process. That's absolutely fine. They just can't be the one to make the actual booking. So you have to do that yourself. You'll also need an email address to book. The DVSA will use that to send important updates about your test, so make sure it's the one that you actually check here, because the amount of learners I've had that have missed an important email. It's also worth knowing that if the DVSA themselves cancel or reschedule your test, which does happen, that's why I say keep an eye out on those emails. That doesn't count towards your 2 changes. You won't be penalised for something that's on their end. And the other thing to know is that if you do use both your changes and then you need to move your test again, you can cancel and then rebook, but that resets the change limit. And the downside to that is though, you go back to the end of the queue. So that's why I say avoid making any changes unless it's absolutely necessary. Change number 3, this one is the most recent, and that came in on effect on 9th of June 2026. So what was happening before this change is that learners and scammers could move a test booking to any test centre in the entire country. Didn't matter where you lived, didn't matter where you were taking lessons. You could book in one area and then transfer it anywhere. What scammers were doing was booking tests in quieter areas where slots were easy to get, then moving them closer or swapping to where their buyer actually was. And some genuine learners were doing something kind of similar, where they were booking anywhere they could get a slot because obviously test dates were scarce, and then they were trying to change it to a more convenient location. But now from the 9th of June, if you want to switch test centres, you can only move to one of your 3 nearest test centres based on where your test is currently booked. You'll see your options in the booking portal. It'll show your options, and they're restricted to what's local. Now, this does have a real practical impact for some learners. So say if you live near a test centre with a particularly long queue, you can't just transfer out somewhere quieter on the other side of the country. So your options are your 3 nearest, and if they all have long waits, that's the situation you're unfortunately in. So the lesson here is simple. Choose your test centre carefully when you first book. Before you commit, check with your instructor first. So that's the 3 changes. Let me pull it all together into what you actually need to do right now. So first, book your test as early as possible, even if you're not quite test ready. Getting a date in the diary gives you something to work towards. So like I said earlier, make sure you confirm with your instructor first to make sure they're available too. And just remember, you only have 2 changes, so don't book really early that you're definitely going to need to move it. And just have an honest conversation with your instructor about where you're at with your driving, and realistically when you'll be ready. Second, pick your test centre carefully from the start. Once you're in the system, your options for switching are limited, so get this right at the beginning. And third, make sure you can access the DVSA booking service yourself. Go to gov.uk, book driving test, and make sure you know how it works. You just need your driving license number and a debit or credit card. Fourth, do not use third-party booking services. I know some of them are still advertising, and I know some of them can claim to operate legally, but it's not worth the risk. Your test can be cancelled, you lose your fee, and you go back to the end of the queue, so just don't do it. And fifth, slots are released every Monday at 6 AM. They go within minutes, so if you're actively looking for an early date, that's when they're going to be online. Set an alarm, be ready, and move quickly. Look, none of this is too complicated, but you need to plan ahead and you need to be organised about it. The days of your instructor sorting everything out are over, and this is basically on you now. So where does all this leave you with waiting times? Right now, the national average is somewhere between 14 and 22 weeks, depending on where you are. And in some places, like I mentioned earlier, it's over 25 weeks. And a lot of the times that you go onto the system, there isn't even a test date showing. But the government is taking steps to address it. New examiners are being trained, and existing examiners are being asked to do overtime. And the crackdown that we just talked about is aimed to free up more slots that were being hoarded by these scammers. So things are moving in the right direction. But even saying that, let's not pretend it's going to be a quick fix. Even the DVSA's own figures suggest that waiting times won't get back to their target of 7 weeks until late 2027. Mate, can you imagine the waiting time being only 7 weeks? That would be awesome. How to make the most out of the current waiting times. So guys, 14 to 22 weeks is actually a decent amount of time to get yourself properly test ready, even if you're sticking to one lesson a week. And if you need my help getting test ready, check out my ultimate driving course. The link is in the description. I'll be putting together a video on how to structure your practice during a long wait. So what to focus on week by week, how to get the most out of your lessons, and how to make sure that when your test date finally arrives, your driving is at test standard. Right, let's quickly recap on the 3 changes so you've got them all clear. Change 1, from the 31st of March, you only get 2 changes to your test booking. Use them wisely. Change 2, from the 12th of May, only you can book, change or cancel your own test. Not your instructor, not a third-party service. And the final change, change 3, from the 9th of June, if you want to switch test centres, you're restricted to your 3 nearest. So choose carefully when you first book. So that's it guys, 3 changes, all part of the same crackdown, all designed to make the system fairer for genuine learners. If this video has helped you, please give it a like. It genuinely helps more people find it, which means more learners getting the right information. And if you're not already subscribed, now's a good time, because I cover everything you need to know about passing your driving test. That's the whole aim of this channel. And drop a comment below and tell me how long your current wait list is at your local test centre, because I always hear different stuff. See you in the next one.